whatever you do, don't do admin.
Yeah.
Because it's an important part of the business. It's highly valuable to the business.
The return of
but your time, it's all cost. I don't know how to make money from that part of the business. Zero.
Exactly.
It's pure cost. Whereas even if I'm on the tools, I could pay myself 50 an hour and charge myself 100. At least I'm doubling my effort. I can't double that.
An effort on our business.
I can't double it. Well, I haven't thought of it, but I don't think I can.
No.
So the ROI is not, it's pure cost. Whereas here, it's an investment because a painter is an asset that produces an outcome for a return. Now, sales, it's a multiplier because yourself, we're not going to talk financial, but let's hypothetically say, I know you're doing more than this, 100K a month, right, in revenue. And you're the only person doing sales. And let's say you're only spending 20 hours a week on that. I'm not sure if you're doing 20, so, right? So it's 1,000 hours per year, 20 by 50, in sales-related activity. And at 1.2 million, that works out at $1,200 an hour of your time. That hands down beats everything else.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think when we first discussed, and that's what changed my whole mindset. I think when we talked, when we actually went through the figures a bit in detail, we worked out it was like $2,089
for you,
an hour. And I thought to myself, every time.
What the?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, I know. I could have said something, but I was like, I'm more expensive than I am.
But did you at that time, because someone showed me that in 2008.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I didn't believe him. No, I said, full of shit.
And it's right there to understand. Like when you told me that, I kind of thought to myself, and you said, James, you're more valuable spending your time in that. And you said, I know you're good at it. I know you want to excel in it. Like I saw you in America. We spent time together. You're more valuable in that area of your business than dealing with, I shouldn't say dealing with problems, but other areas that are stopping you from doing that.
Yeah. It's not that they're not valuable. It's just that where can you inject yourself to be of value?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And like you said, you can't wear all the hats either, you know what I mean? So if that's where my value is and I'm spending too much time here, or then I'm spending time here, but I'm exhausted by the time I go back to, you know what I mean? So it's valuing my time and working out what's better for the business, what's better for my staff, what's better for the client as well.
Correct. Because
I'm being able to put more effort, more input here. My guys or my painters might be less stressed. They've got a good team there. So it's working a lot of areas of the business, you know what I mean? And the return of interest is, when you realise that, it's crazy.
It's a game changer. And I like to getting actual, like, because we use your real numbers. We got your actual numbers and your actual time, and it's based on your business. And like you can see it, you go, wow. Really fast, you start going, I know, how do I get my time back? How do I get my time back? How do I get my time back? How do I get time back? But the trick in business is we get sucked back in.
Yeah.
Whether it's ADHD or we have this thing we want to micromanage, we are our own worst enemies, and we jump back in and do it.
Yeah. I actually found out it was on 2 occasions when I was unreachable. I said to we've got like a WhatsApp message, like a team leadership message with admin and operations. So I've got a couple of my guys in there and myself and our admin team. And I said, I'm unavailable from 8 to 12. I had a lot of, I'm going to say the word shit to do.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, I will not be available this time. And people were trying to get a hold of me, but they had to figure it out themselves. Yeah. Like they just had to get it done.
Solve the problem themselves.
And when you take yourself back, and we actually all talked about it, and you know, you're not micromanaging. They have, you know, you've got to get it. So even when I was in Melbourne with you, there was times where I was unreachable.
Yep.
And and I was surprised actually, and going back to giving you guys credit, is how actually well my business ran without me in it for a week.
Yeah.
So like, because I was down there, we were down there on the weekend. We started the week off, so you know what it's like starting the week. And I'm thinking, why am I not getting as many phone calls? Like I was getting phone calls, like, what? Surely something's wrong. Yeah. And
you're looking for stuff.
Yeah, but to think that because of the growth and because of the learning that we've been doing, we've able to, you know, minimise those areas. The team is now able to run better. The communication with everything, we're better organised. So, you know, it's growing part of it, but yeah.
And you're doing the reps and you're letting go because you have to do both.
Yeah.
You do have to let go from time to time because you don't know what doesn't work until you're not there to fix it.
Yeah.
Because typically if you're around the business, things can't break as much because you'll put the fire out.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll do this. But if you're away for a week, it was only 2 weeks ago. We were in Melbourne.
Yeah. 3 weeks. Right.
For just under a week. Bit of work, bit of play.
As always.
A lot of fun though.
Yeah.
I won't do it if it's not fun. You're really letting your business run to see what happens as well as learning. So it's a good opportunity. You mentioned before America. It was still in the same year, you got to understand that. So in February of this year, we were in Colorado.
Yeah. And
for a week and a bit.
Yeah.
For a solid week for the conference, right? And so much has happened this year.
A lot has happened.
So much happened this year, and then we're just in Melbourne, and we're still in 2025.
And you look at it, and it's gone. You look back and you're like, wow, the year's gone quick, but we've done so much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it feels like a very long year because we've had the growth, but we've changed so many parts. We've done so many things.
Yeah. Do you feel? I used to say this when I was younger. Time flies when you have fun.
Yeah.
And I like to use this analogy for myself a lot. I'm always focusing on how do I compress time. Like, how do I have, here's another way of saying it. Typically, growing up, you have one holiday a year. And I go, okay, I'm almost 52. And I had this conversation before 52. Let's say I've got 20 good years, able years to run around and be active, 2025. If I have one holiday a year, that's 20 holidays. How do I have 4 years? So how in 20 years do I live 80 years of holidays? I play this game a lot with myself.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I've compressed 80 years into 20. That's how I like doing stuff now, and I do everything like that. So for me, this year and the last couple of years, I'm just looking at how I compress experiences and feel like I'm living 5 years in one.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty good way of putting it.
It's a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
Another video.
I do go down these
rabbit holes
with myself, thinking about time. Yeah, it's a construct. Anyway, that's a completely different thing. That if we're able to integrate parts of our lives, for me, I understand the purpose of balance. I do understand the purpose of balance, and it's an important part. But for me, balance was hard for me to reconcile because I always felt I was at unbalance because I'm normally going for something, which means I'm not going for something.
Yeah. I feel like you're always moving the goalposts.
I'm fighting myself.
Or something. Yeah.
Like I want to drive the business, but I'm not on holiday with the kids. What am I doing? I'm out of balance. Or sometimes when you're driving a business for like a month or two and not spending enough time on my physical health, there's seasons. So it's don't work your ass off for 12 months and not have, you need to be able to switch it back. But I felt like it was less about balance, more about seasons. This is the season for me coming into this year. I know naturally, because we're in Australia, our summer, I love chillaxing. Like this is the season where all the work this year is momentum driving into February.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to ride, literally, I feel like I'm riding a wave of momentum. But the work was done in the middle.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do the leg work, cruise. It's not lazy. I'm not lazy.
Yeah.
But I don't push.
Yeah.
I'm
the momentum.
I'm riding the wave. I'm not pushing the wave. So I found a better word for that about 3 years ago, called integration, which for me compressed time. So how do I do the same thing in the same fixed time and get the outcome? So, for instance, Melbourne, you wouldn't believe it. I found it in my calendar because I was looking. When we were in Colorado, I met some people and they had this app. It was like an Uber app for contractors.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, so they weren't in Australia, but I'm talking to another client of ours, Habib.
Yeah.
He's got this idea for an app. I'll get back to you, brother. And I said, man, I met a company in America that did that, but they don't service Australia. An app for contractors, like an Uber. They can rank contractors because he wants to do it for his building company. So I went back and I couldn't find, because I didn't remember the name of them. So I found it in my calendar and it was the week after I came from Colorado. That week, randomly in that week, I had a placeholder. Book in Melbourne Cup, November 2025. I shit you not. But I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for this thing for a bib. I went, my God. I planted that seed and then everything in my mind was leading up to that thing. How do I compress being of service, having a sales conference, going to Melbourne Cup, going with some cool people? Like There's lots of good things about that for me. I had fun. You know, my dad was there, right?
Yeah.
Great people, all in one area. So I compressed 5 things into one. So getting back to about this year feeling so fast, you felt the same. For me, that's the process that's happening. Because when it doesn't feel far, it feels shit.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It feels long, protracted, not getting anywhere. It's Groundhog Day versus, I don't know if this is for you, does it feel like Groundhog Day or does it feel like you're moving forward?
At the moment, well, it feels like, we're moving forward. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, we're not stressing about the start of the year. We're not stressing about the finish of the year.
Yeah.
We've developed and are getting better jobs. So we've got a
Awesome.
good run of jobs coming into the back end of the year.
Yeah.
And we've learned how to not say, I wouldn't say no, but like to say, okay, this isn't working for us. So we've learned how to be like, we can't just, do this type of work or so we're learning how to focus on what works for us and structure around that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's exciting times because we've got a lot of different cool projects on at the moment.
Nice.
So a variety of everything.
Okay. Spread of different income types.
Which is cool, but easily manageable. And then we're already, like I said, preloading January and February, even into March. Look, they're not loaded, like we've got all this magic, work.
But you're moving towards that.
Yeah, and we've already got work in there where it's like, okay, good, we're seeing progress. We're seeing jobs being booked in. I still can manage more time to put more jobs in there. So it relieves that stress.
Yeah.
That I know that there's already stuff going to be there.
Yeah.
There's stuff that people have already started paying their deposits. People have already started signing contracts and committing.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, I see the value in that now. And I've still got enough time where I'm not overly exhausted with the finish of the year where I can, I'm still doing my sales. I can still book more jobs in. I can manage it a lot better.
It's a different game. And I know it's hard when you're reactive and putting out fires all the time, but when you're able to carve enough time out by either getting some help in output or admin or getting some assistance in throughput, scheduling delivery, and you carve out some time to start thinking proactively because all reactivity happens in throughput, scheduled delivery, or in admin. It doesn't really happen in sales because it's like when someone's reacting in sales, confirmed. Like that's the speed, so it's fine. So all that reactivity happens in those two areas. If you're able to get some help in those areas so you can start thinking proactively, it's more fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it more fun thinking in the future?
Yeah, 100%.
Than thinking about the fire?
Exactly, yeah.
Sometimes you have to put the fire out, but if you have people helping you put the fire out, then you don't have to handle the fires yourself. So you're just trying to spread the load within the business.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And a different, a lot better mood and stuff with it, I've noticed across like our whole team as well. People are less stressed.
Yeah.
People are, everyone's actually got more time to focus on what they need to do rather than everyone just running around going, what's going on? This, you know what I mean? We've kind of developed now where, in operations, things are easier managed. In admin, we're elevating better because we're not trying to put out fires everywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people are doing...
Well, it's all not coming on you as well. Yeah. Like you can still can happen, but it's not just on James.
And we're managing our time better with that now. So now that we understand, like I said, since we started working together, we've now started to identify, our problems and work on them. And like I said, it's part of growing.
So I can talk forever. I think we both can.
Yeah, that's probably the ADHD.
This could be like a 7 hour.
We'll be on here for
James
hours.
Rogan one. I need a cigar or something. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there is a bar here, but
I'd love to future pace this now. I'd love to go and ask you, because we haven't had this conversation, so this is really interesting for me now. What are you excited about for 2026? And what if you would like to share, what would be your goals for 2026 for next year? So 12 months from now, let's say December 2026, we're sitting down.
Yep.
And you can see the James in 2026 and you're looking back at the guy today. What are you excited about next year? And if you have goals for next year, what are they?
If I have goals.
Yeah,
okay.
Business goals. Yeah, or personal. It could be revenue, Could be income types. Could be more time in the States.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Are you going to States next year?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yep. So I'll be there.
Florida.
Yeah, where I think I spoke to you about flights. Did I?
Oh, yeah. I took your advice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
Got some
I'm
savings.
over there for nearly 3 weeks, I think. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're staying a bit longer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Colombia.
Yeah.
And then I've got a lot of friends there, so they'll probably want to get rid of me by the time I see them all. But yeah, no, I want to make a bit of a trip out of it because, you know, we've had a big year. We've done a lot of conferences. We've done a lot of work together in that as well. That you know, you do need a bit of a break.
Takes time. Yeah. Decompress.
And I guess when I'm talking about goals,
yes,
to what you're saying before is, well, I want to be able to be over there and have the business running smoothly.
Okay.
So, which I think is definitely achievable.
Yep.
So we're in the process now of, unfortunately, our admin has to leave. She's finished her university and she's got a job down in Sydney. So we'll be training a new staff member.
Okay.
So that's that's another, what would you call that? Like another transition period? Or,
yes.
Yeah, and probably going to be a learning curve as well, because it's always something that obviously we've implemented new things into the business and we're trying to grow. So it's going to be, I wouldn't say challenging, but they'll have its moments of challenging.
It's a good test.
Yeah, a bit of a test.
Yep.
But yeah, goals for 2026 would be, I think briefly when I spoke to you, is we want to increase our turnover and sustainably. So we want to keep our profit margin, of what we kind of have. Yeah, what we want to achieve.
Yep.
And increase our turnover. So we're getting better jobs in.
Yep.
We're not just trying to take on every job like we were in the past. And we've already started seeing the value in that. So mastering that. In 2026, we did a lot of work to identify problems, start building the foundation, start...
25.
Yeah, so we started doing all that this year, like peeling back the problems, peeling back the layers, identifying...
Pretty much looking under the hood.
Yeah.
Under the business, what's going on.
And what's going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've started to identify the roadblocks. So coming into 2026 is we're coming into a year where we've done some work. You know, we've fixed a few things. We've gone, okay, let's do this here. Let's move someone into operations role. Let's factor in how many hours we need in admin. So you know, we've started tweaking things, and I've done my sales mastery with you, which has been amazing.
Yeah.
So now we head into 2026 with a better idea and a better mindset, and we can focus and go, okay, what do we want to achieve out of 2026? So getting better jobs in, because obviously getting better jobs in, it means what works for us and how can we be better for our clients, rather than trying to take on everything. And then you're running around like a headless chook. So getting a better workflow, improving your sales and our turnover, and then also having the time where the fundamentals of the business are starting to run. So admin is more reliant on itself, operations is more reliant on itself, which won't just be a year goal. That'll take longer than a year.
Yeah.
But obviously
move towards that.
But moving towards that,
yes.
and freeing up my space. So, you know, I can focus on other areas, on my sales, on my networking. One goal is with another business partner that I have, a family friend business partners, we want to move into doing a development, like reconfigure a block of apartments, which we're looking at, but trying to get all that sorted before Christmas is another headache. So that's just a personal thing as well. I've always loved property and buying and selling property. So I want to be able to move into that aspect as well.
Okay. So have the business, build the business so you can buy back something at a time so you can work in other areas.
Yeah, and still, like, you know, whether you might, some people might still want to work at, like, I'm not saying that I just want to lead the business, but have time where I can focus on, you know, maybe, you know, I want to do property. For someone else, they might want to open up a restaurant or spend more time with their kids or do a hobby, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
But for me, it's, you know, I still want to, like you say, it's just ideas that you want to go and you want to do. Yeah. And for me, I want to be able to spend some more time and have some more hours back to focus on, and also building, you know, a future as well. Like when I mean a future, stuff, you know, investments for the future. So, you know, they're there. Yep.
Amazing. So let's say from a practical point of view, That was amazing, by the way. You want to remove a lot of distractions so you can focus on getting better.
Yeah.
Right. But then from a practical point of view, it's filling up your pipeline. So for context, we speak in lingo. For us, pipeline is how many weeks or months booked out of our ideal client types we have in the business.
Yeah.
So confirmed work. So is it fair to say that you would like to have a healthy pipeline?
Have a healthy pipeline, yeah.
Of those types of clients?
Of those types of clients, yeah.
Not of the clients that you don't like working with. But at the same time, if you could get to December next year and your admin was predominantly running the admin without you, and Chris or your operations were predominantly running without you, but they were reporting to you.
Yeah.
So you are still there to support them, but you are not the core decision maker in that role. And you'd be focusing on sales. Would that be a win?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Cool. I like clarity. I think you spend enough time and go, I just need a clear target. And for me, that's clear. I mean, ideally, we work on what those weeks are, what the pipeline looks like, because that'll determine leads, quotes. The pipeline is the best indicator of health of the business, because the pipeline is the revenue is a lag indicator of your pipeline. So the pipeline's healthy with clients that you like working with at the right price, you'll make money.
Yeah, 100%.
So the goal is focus here. Just focus here, that's a lag. Focus here, that's a lag. But to be able to buy back your time is your skill set is going to be the coaching or the providing the space for the new admin and or Chris to be able to do what they do best.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a good win to me.
So that's the next step, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm not a big fan of the word coaching, by the way. Has support been of value to you in your business these last 8 months?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, well, with coaching or support, without that, I mean, you look at anything, whether it's, like you said, talk about footy or people that are even in business and upscale in business, there'll still be coaching and support around that. I mean, you can't think that you know everything, and people can see things differently from the outside in. So yeah, it's been great because we can identify those problems. There's problems that we don't know that we have.
Yep.
There's mindset changes and adjustments of, okay, what do we want to achieve? More clarity in what we want to achieve.
Yeah. Do you feel like your business development has gone faster now?
Yeah.
Your support? Yep.
Yeah.
You're compressing more into this year,
yeah,
getting
100%.
more done and moving. And well, one, you're compressing time and moving faster towards your goal. That was my first question. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then two, are you moving towards that goal? And you're getting the results that you want? Perfect.
Yeah, 100%. So we've already started seeing that, our November and December, and I knew this. I said, there's a lot of work that goes in it as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, even with Nat, our mentor as well, saying that, I knew that we had to really knuckle down. That's when you were here in September.
Yep.
And Nat was up here as well.
That's gone quick.
Yeah, I know. Time flies. And I knew September was coming to a month where I got so distracted.
Yeah.
And this is talking about problems. So distracted and built in, or my time taken away on jobs that weren't working for us. And that was because we were working on building jobs where things weren't organised the way they should have been. There was a lot of distractions. There was a lot going on. It took me away from loading the other months with sales, getting the right jobs, having the clarity. So I knew that we were going to have a bit of a dip in August, September, coming in October. I knew there was going to be a bit of dip, and obviously saying no to jobs that weren't working, rather than taking on every single job and going, yep, we'll do it. You might do it, then you get busy, and then it stops you from quoting other work.
Yeah.
So identifying what works for us. So I knew that we had to really knuckle down and go, okay, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And I knew that was going to have a bit of a dip. You know what I mean? It was going to, but in that dip, I was able to spend time where we focused more on building the software here, and that came up, and building, and I had the time available, and then we spent a day with the sales, and the back end of the year is we've just seen a massive change now in not being overstressed, not being overworked, having better quality jobs. We've fast-tracked our management software phenomenally fast. Because we're still working with them with their sessions that they offer, and they were surprised that we've now actually got operations.
How fast? Working,
how fast it's working, because we weren't even up to that stage yet. But now that things are built in, we're already using operations for, so it's amazing that when the support, and it frees you up because you can spend time, you've got to learn, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
Don't.
So you can understand something better, you can get someone or pay someone to come in and do something for you as well, and it's going to pay dividends in the long run.
Yeah, I like to use the analogy is we're all going to pay a price. We're going to pay with time or money.
Yeah.
And as business owners, we make the mistake of feeling like, well, let's pick job management, for example. And you've gone all in on a beast of a job management software, right? I'm going to learn this job management software myself, learn it myself, then build it into the business and then train my team. And you go, I'm going to save a lot of money, but I'm probably going to burn 12 months of my life.
Yeah.
10 hours minimum a week, 500 hours. That's on the low end.
And you're going to get frustrated as well.
Let's say on the low end it's 500 hours and 12 months. Or I can pay with, obviously, money, which is still money, because 500 hours or something, even if you're on the tools and you're charging yourself at $100 an hour at 500 hours.
Exactly.
It's 50 grand of lost productivity.
100%, yeah.
If you get it right in 12 months versus, well, you identified we need a tool that gives us visibility and it builds processes so we have a system in our business, because you've identified this is the thing that's going to build our business. That's the first commitment. Second commitment is, am I going to pay with time or money? You went, I'm going to fast track it and get it built in less than a month.
Yeah.
Buy back 11 months of my time. There's no right or wrong answer here. We all choose. I'm old now. I don't burn time. I burn money because I can make money. I don't want to burn time anymore. And everyone's different, so there's no right or wrong. But I'm glad you're kicking goals. I'm super glad. Before we wrap up, we had the sales mastery, which was 2 days of sales training in Melbourne recently. Now in September, you reminded me, we came out, and that was here at the time, working with you and your admin team, building out that job management software to suit you, custom build it for you, right? And build some automations and basic stuff like that. And I spoke to you and I said, hey, I would love for me to come and spend time with you, because I would love to be able for you to pay for sales mastery before sales mastery. I think we had 2 months, September, October. It was the beginning of November, so it was probably less than 12 months. 2 months, less than 12, 2 months.
I think 6-7 weeks or something.
6-7 weeks to go from zero to giving you a skill set, and we'll get into this in a minute, that you could use forever and get better at. So we made that call, bit of a ballsy call. And you accepted, which is awesome, by the way.
I love, you've got to, like you said, we talked about the ceilings and roof, you've got to
pick something. Call a shot. So we made the call. I'm going to do my best possible work to help you try and achieve paying for that event in Melbourne before you came to Melbourne. That was the goal.
Yeah.
We spent a couple of hours together, and then we spent a couple of hours on a couple of phone calls. Yeah. That was the whole process between now and then. And it was 2 days before the event in Melbourne. It was on Friday. He sent me a text. You called me, but I didn't get the call. And I rang you back, sent me a text. And long story short, said you did it. Thank fuck you did it. Anyway, yeah. But you did it. I just want to highlight you did the work.
We did it. And I think I told you and Kylie, when we were in Melbourne, I said, not only did we do it, but with the work happened in November, we'd pretty much be able to do it again.
Yeah. So you get to recycle it. Yeah.
Well, for the costs that we've outlaid, it paid itself off by the time of going to Melbourne.
Okay.
And for the work
perfect.
that we've won in November, will pay for itself again.
It's all profit now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, from a training point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, training point of view. And that's what I'm trying to instill in, like, for yourself.
Yeah,
It's not just this. It's the skill set you get to repeat.
Yeah.
And repeat and repeat and repeat. And for those people that don't know what we're talking about, for me, the purpose of learning, if you're going to learn something, you might as well get good at it, or don't learn it. I don't know. You get bored if you're not going to just...
Exactly.
And then if the purpose of learning is mastery, for me, number one skill set in business is sales. And when I mean sales, I mean communication. I don't want to say it's just about making money. No, it's not. It's about, attracting team members. You're selling the opportunity to come work with you. It's attracting stakeholders. So for me, sales is communication.
It's more than just money.
It's more than money. It's the ability to communicate. I wave it into like winning jobs, but that's because it's the bright shiny object that hooks people. But really, it's not. It's about being able to communicate. And I mentioned this, you're a pretty good communicator anyway. So I think that was your blockage. It was more like
Understand the framework.
Yeah, communicating the offer live.
Yeah.
It's moving from customer service, which most people go and do a quote and a proposal and have a chat and build rapport and insert all the conversational pieces, and then step away from that into I'll send the quote, type it up and send it later, and then go into order taking. So for me, the sales process feels like, for most people, customer service, transition to awkwardness because I don't know what to say next. And so I go away and then I'm an R about what I'm going to send, and I procrastinate for an hour and I go, forget that, whatever, right? And then I go into order taking versus what we spent a whole day on, which was role playing, was getting to that point of uncomfortableness and transitioning to making an offer. Yeah. Because that's what it is. We're either making offers or we're taking offers. We're either buying someone else's offer or we're giving someone an offer. Yeah, 100%. All the time. And that changed there because we've got a WhatsApp group in this. I'm pretty sure 4 or 5 people have nailed it. I know Brett was yesterday, nailed one. I know Trav, I know you.
I think people were very motivated to get started, right? And then they were quite surprised.
Within the first week, everyone had a crack on presenting live. Yeah. And since then, everyone's won.
Exactly. It's actually more exciting as well. Like when you remove the fear, but like when you actually start doing it, like it's kind of, and you master, like you get one and you're like, you know what, it's not that bad, but it's like it's kind of, it's exciting. You know what I mean? It's for me, it's motivated me more rather than like sometimes you get bored and you get stuck and I'll just send this quote out and I'll send this, but now it's like it's a bit of a, not just a challenge, but it's just, it motivates you. Yeah. You're changing the dynamic because you're not there for a quote. You're there to offer value and provide a service of the thing that they want. And if you can't provide what is going to be the investment to them, how do they know they're going to do it? For me, it's actually not being of service, not presenting. I flip it on its head. Not presenting means I'm not being of service. My fear of presenting the offer is what's stopping getting them their outcome. That's how I feel. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because you heard me say this a million times. Sales is being of service. That's it. How scary can it be? It's just what it is. It is what it is, yeah, exactly. It is what it is. Anyway, that's awesome. Thanks, mate. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Been fantastic. Look forward to seeing what 2026 brings. Yeah. It'll go pretty quick. We'll be in Florida in no time. Yeah, probably. What's that? Another 2 months away now? Yeah, Feb, yeah. Feb. It's at Disney World this year, so we've just done Melbourne and then we've got Florida and then the year will compress, mate. Yeah. It'll go fast. Yeah. Something to look forward to. Yeah, correct. Proactive, not reactive. Exactly. So takeaway, move your best you can from reactive to proactive. The best opportunity now, and I understand everyone is busy right now, is taking a step back, quickly reviewing this year, and then doing your best to have a plan for Q1 next year, before Christmas. Go into the new year with momentum, with proactivity. All right, stay cool, be well. See you in the intros. Bye.